She's just gonna sit there. Okay.
This one's open now. I'm on the way.
Okay, so tell me how many demos you done here.
I don't.
You don't know? Is that many? I mean, I can look and tell you if you don't know.
Yeah, maybe like 8. I don't know.
8?
8,
Okay, let's just check you out.
maybe less. Than,
Vivian's slinging bows like crazy, aren't you?
yeah,
Working at it.
Yeah.
we just started, so I don't think it's been that much. Gotta wait, huh?
Oh, this RBO thing, I gotta learn how to work it. There we go, right there.
So I can find that on. I don't
No,
know.
no, this is much easier.
Okay.
We got you. What's your last name? Israel, right?
Yeah, I'm still trying to fill everything out. So.
Oh, we got this. Okay, you've never done any demos according to this. Hold on, no, you have.
Oh,
I just gotta spell your name right.
like the country is there? Or it's either under Stephen.
Okay, so you done 9 demos, sold 3, right? One of which we couldn't get approved, right?
Yeah, we have one that's pending. She'll get hers on the 3rd, I think, or something like that. The one I told you about yesterday.
Trying to get the other, she didn't want to put 5 down.
No, she did.
Wait, what?
She put the 5 down yesterday.
She did. Did you call?
Yeah.
We walked you through the
That's-
paperwork.
They sent her the email and everything. She's putting the other 5
Oh,
on the
Lord,
3rd.
I didn't know that. Hold on. So putting the other 500 down when?
On the 3rd.
It's like Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah. Next week.
And you're gonna go back and get it, or is she gonna do with a debit card on that, or? what's
She's
your
gonna do a
figure?
card. They're gonna do it automated.
Oh, so you got the card number.
She will, he told her to email a copy over, but she didn't feel comfortable sending her card information. So she said she was gonna call and give it to him over the phone. So,
Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's a strange situation there, isn't it?
yeah,
Right, Michael. Chris, do you know about Kira's deal yesterday? No. Oh. Customer paid $500 down today. We'll pay a second 500 on 11/3. We'll deliver the rainbow and fill out the office finance paperwork. Did you know about this deal?
Who's that?
Did you know we got air care to goes in?
Mhm.
Okay, all right, I found that out today. I'm gonna delete my note. Second note is that she sold a rainbow yesterday with 500 down.
That's-
Did you know that?
Selling the rainbow.
Huh?
That's a pending sale.
Oh, okay. I need to put a
We
note in
didn't
here.
we didn't leave a rainbow in the house.
mm-mm.
Yeah, no, we didn't sell a rainbow. It's a pending sale.
Let me put air care to goes. Got those. And then that's Kiera. Israel. Delivering, how about that? Rainbow 10/3. Does that work out?
That's fine.
Got to get on the 500, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now I got the note on that, so I can follow up, make sure it happens. Anything else? I need to. there you go.
I have an
Okay,
email scheduled to send in that day to remind everybody to.
an email.
A scheduled email.
You're gonna email me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Put me in there. Okay, an email. I definitely check my emails, unfortunately. That's right. Okay, so who we got here? We got Lamont. He's driving an 18-wheeler down the road, and then
You
that-
know it.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's legal to be watching a Zoom while you drive an 18-wheeler, but maybe it is. I'm not sure. Maybe if you have a kid, it's fine. Okay. All right. And just be careful, dude. Hirsch's is there. Hey, Hirsch's. Hey, and we have Yvonne Bermudez, hola. And then William Jordan, hey buddy, and Irma Mason and Ebony Bryant, Queen. And then Moto G Stylus. I don't know who Moto G Stylus 5G is. Who is this? I'm gonna ask you to unmute. And Evelyn Myers, I see you, Evelyn. And then Shanitra, hey.
I
Mel-
think she's Amanda. I am not sure.
Who?
Amanda.
Okay,
No, Emilia.
Amelia, okay,
Her name is Emilia.
okay. Hey, Shanitra.
Hello,
Hey, how are you?
good, and you?
Good. Evelyn, can you hear us?
Yes,
Hey, how are you?
finding you.
When people don't have their camera on, I just always make sure they're live.
Mhm.
Okay. And then Moto Stylus 5G, we still don't know who you are. And then Ebony, she's got dollar bills on hers. Okay. The chat going on. Let's see. Hi, I'm at a doctor's appointment. Oh, it makes sense, Evelyn. I didn't know you were a doctor's appointment. Told the doctor I said hello. All right, so let's work on this. So tell me real quick, how's your demo going?
This one's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So are you shampooing and mopping yet? Have you evolved to that?
Yeah, we've started doing that from the time we started. so,
Okay, so you feel comfortable with those two things?
Yeah,
Good.
me and Steven kind of like split up. He does a part, I do a part. We kind of like have a system.
Okay, what about the 52 stroke test?
Yes,
Bottles?
I haven't done the part.
That's okay. That's why we're talking about
We are
this.
doing
And
the
then-
52.
Okay, do you know what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, she's got this. All right, so couple of things. Number one, I was thinking about the open house last night, Kira. You were here and like, do you know why I give out the attachments and then like when they come up, I ask some of them how many demos of sales they've got.
To encourage others to complete the program,
And so it appears to everybody in the room what?
that it's easy to
Mhm.
complete.
That it's easy to get what?
2 sales.
Right. So like last night, I don't know if you noticed, but the first 4 people that I had called up, I don't know if you hear that part, but
I don't think so. Well, I don't know.
yeah, as after the wheel spins, we did the attachments, right?
Yeah, we
So-
were outside of the door, but
Okay.
we was in the window. so.
The first 4 I pulled up, I didn't ask them.
Mhm.
Do you know why?
Probably because they didn't get any.
They didn't have any sales yet. Right? Okay, so I didn't want to say, hey, tell everybody how many demos you done. And they said 6. And how many sales? Oh, I haven't sold any yet. Because that's negative, right? So, and then I asked the other ones and I already knew, but so remember when you're doing the Trump talk, right? And have you been with a rider? You've been with a couple riders?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Vivian, do you do like, okay, so talk to me real quick before we go in this house, right? So what all do you try to find out?
Well, first introducing myself to the book writer
Uh-huh.
and,
Yeah, meet them and all that, right?
right, and then I'll ask her, is how many demos is this for her? And
Uh-huh.
how many has she, sold and,
Okay. So
and.
keep going. I'm sorry.
And, how is this person, how do you know this person?
Relation. Uh-huh.
Relation or friend or what? And
Mhm.
what do you think about, their attitude? You get in the house, you think they're really interested, have you really talked to them, explain anything to the program, but
Right. Kind of find out where you are.
we're here.
Okay.
She said to the person inside. And, I also asked, if they have pets,
Uh-huh.
and what else?
Which we found out people don't have pets.
A lot of them.
A lot of them don't.
A lot
It's so
of them,
strange.
right,
Yep,
a lot
yep,
of them
yep.
don't. And how did she make out with the program herself, or-
Demos of sales, right?
Mhm. So just-
Kira, what about you?
You said what?
What else would you add to How many demo sales and how do you know
Mhm.
these people and what have you told them about the rainbow?
Pretty much what she said, and then I tell them, go in, speak positive, I'm still waking up.
It's okay, right? You're still waking up. Okay. So, okay.
Yeah, that's another.
And just like
thing.
no negativity, because
Right.
No
We-
negativity.
yeah, but
So how do you say that to somebody? You know, you can't go in his house and be negative, guys. I mean,
Yeah,
how do you
just,
say that?
like try to only speak positive, about your rainbow. Try not to down talk it if you've had any, bad experiences. And it's crazy because we did that with one. We had not an incident, but we had one yesterday, and the rider, yeah, I feel like he kind of blew it for us. Yeah.
Your first demo.
Mhm.
What do you think he did? I mean,
He was, of course, we were, supposed to lead the demo, but he was kind of acting as if he was the one, like, hey, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. And, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, if that's the case, why don't you be a dealer? But yeah, he was doing a lot. Even the customer was kind of starting to get annoyed with him.
he was
So,
trying to help you.
you said he was trying to help?
Was he trying to help with the demo?
He was just doing too much.
Right. He was
Yeah.
talking too much.
Yeah, he kind of jeopardized it, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And then,
So he kind of messed it up for him as well, because yeah.
Mark, we were just talking about, do you want cheese doodle? So we were just talking about when you meet with the rider in the driveway, Vivian says she finds out how many demos and sales they've got for their program,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And what else? I mean, she says, well, how do you know these people and have you talked it up? Are they interested in a rainbow? That's all good questions. Do you do anything more in the driveway before you? go-
Lately, no, because they getting there at the time of the appointment.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like we were walking, but I tell them to interject, tell them don't talk about the 6 and the 45 days, because that's gonna confuse the customer. Just tell them about 12, 6, and 2, and tell them how the machine is benefiting you.
Right.
Do they have any allergies or asthma problems or anything? And then if they say yes, that's what we're gonna hammer on, so that they can get the machine for free. When I say free, we're gonna say free. When I say join the program, join the program.
Okay.
And it's been working out so far.
Yeah, you sound a lot. So what hello? Susan. A year to date? Yeah, it'll be fine, just for those two people, yes. That'll work. Right, thanks. But so what I would add to this is a couple of things. You said, did you hear what he said?
Mhm.
The people are getting there late.
Mhm.
Okay, so my question is, and I know you're gonna say, yeah, I do, but are you doing a confirmation call?
Yes,
Saying, now we need you to be there 15 minutes early,
yes,
right? To meet me in the driveway because I need to talk to you before we go in this house, right? Are you making that clear?
yes.
Okay.
But what happened was she didn't get out to like 3:15. And I
Yeah.
said, well, I kind of understand. If you could just get there
So that's
just
only
before
happened
4
just
twice.
okay. So when that happened, just say, hey, so we still need to talk here real quick before
Right.
going here.
Mhm.
Like, and you need to still stand there and talk to them before you go in the house.
Right.
Because like everything you find out and program them to say and not say is going to determine whether you leave a rainbow. Right.
Right.
So you need to find out where their head is and all that. Another thing that I would add to this, and I don't know, I know Lamont probably could say, hey, here's something I always do. But one thing scares me when I get out there and they're 5 and 3. Does that scare you? They're 5 demos and 3 sales?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because
They done got what they wanted,
Yeah.
but then now they being selfish.
so you're saying they already got their 2 sales?
Right.
Right.
And then they get selfish.
Yes. I mean, you understand, Kara, this is not something that we just talk about in a meeting. It is a for real thing. If they've already got their two sold,
Exactly.
you have to motivate them before you go in the house that we need to leave a rainbow here, even though you already have your two, right? Now, some of our dealers have said, hey, you don't know that your two sales are both first line,
Right.
right?
Need them-
So you've got to have two
Second.
first line credits. And I'm not saying they're not, but we need to get you several sales here. So you have two first line. What does first line mean? Just means their credit was approved at a certain level, right?
Right.
So let's not try here, right?
Mhm.
And, but what about, how else do I motivate them with
Rainbow bucks.
the rainbow dollars,
You
right?
get free gifts with your rainbow
I
bucks.
mean, you got to go as far as having them open up the app
Mhm.
and go to shop, right? Did you use your rainbow dollars?
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Okay, did you use yours?
Yeah.
You did. How much did you have?
I don't-
I had a total 400.
So you had $400. So you just went, so you're very experienced. You'd be able to tell the rider in the driveway. So
Right.
here's how this works. When you get done, if we sell like I did, I sold 6, right? Guess what you're gonna say? I sold 6, right? So you're gonna have $400 if you sell 6
Mhm.
to spend right here on the app, right? So let's check out the stuff you can get. Have you seen what my wife bought? Was she bought like cases of fragrances, right?
She told me, make sure I get it.
I mean, like tons of eucalyptus, that's
Eucalyptus,
her
right.
favorite, right,
Mhm.
right. And then we got a bunch of orange, because see, you can buy like cases and cases of fragrances. William, I'm gonna show you something else that we like is the long 14-foot hose. So we bought one of these. We also got an extra water bowl. I don't even know where those are on here, but the water
It's
bowls.
in there.
Yeah, that's-
I mean,
I
there's-
think it's 4 pages.
There's
So you
like,
have to-
yeah, there's a
yeah.
lot of pages here of stuff you can buy. And so look, all this is stuff that you can get with your rainbow dollars. So we really, really, really need to try to help these people keep a rainbow tonight more than the first two, because you didn't actually get paid on the first 2 Hershes.
Right.
But from now on, the company has to pay you $100, right? So we really need to help these people tonight. Plus, I believe everybody deserves a rainbow and needs a rainbow. Don't you, Ebony? So let's help these people tonight, all right? So talk to me real quick. Have you already talked it up a little bit? What do they know? What have you told them? Are they interested? Whatever, they have allergies, and all that, right? So to me, there's a few things. Number one, that's super important, right? Number two, I think it's also important that they make sure that their friend writes down the 12 names.
Right.
Okay, so you need to have the drawing cards. And in fact, I wouldn't have a problem next time you're at the office giving you a small stack of these just drawing cards, right?
Yeah.
Keep them in your cup holder of your car. And that way, every time you pull in a driveway Hershey's, you see them sitting there and you pull one out and you're standing there doing the trunk talk in the driveway with the rider. And then you'd be like, okay, so do you know how this works? So when we do the demo tonight, you're going to put down your name as the rider, put down their name as the customer, but I need you to help your friends write down 12 names tonight in the drawing, right? So, Lamont, the way this works, if they don't have the 12 names and their cards pulled, they could pull a different card, like they're not a winner. So all 12 spots must be filled in, Irma, with just first names. We don't need a last name. We don't need phone numbers or anything like that. And make sure that they list what. So what do people do on this card to cheat? Well, they'll put down like makeup names. They'll make names up, right?
Put
So-
the dog name down.
Put the dog's
give
name.
it
Yep,
a-
yep. So make sure that you tell the rider, don't let them make names up.
Right.
Okay. Another thing they'll do is they'll put down the same names you're using.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we don't need to do that. We need to write down 12 names you're not using for your program, because I know y'all know a lot of the same people, right? The third thing is they got to be people in this area. Don't have them put down people for like New York.
Yeah.
If they have family in New York, people in Connecticut, they got to be putting down people they know
Right.
around here.
Here.
Okay. So you know how this helps, Mrs. Ryder? So if we have 12 names at the end of the demo, what will they know, or how they'll feel more comfortable going ahead and getting them keeping a rainbow, because they know they have the 12 people already to do their program. You agree?
Right.
Okay. If they run hard, if you run into a problem tonight trying to get them to think of 12, have them pull their phone out
That's what I
and go to
do.
their contacts.
Yeah.
The
right.
Rolodex.
The Rolodex. Okay. If they have a problem with that, have them pull up their Facebook and go to their friends list,
Mhm.
right? Because I don't know about you. I got like 200 and some friends, yeah, on Facebook. Okay. So anyway, so you're in charge of this, all right? And I hand this to the rider. This just helps at the end of the demo. How many of you have had people say, I don't know 12 people? And that's why I'm not keeping
Yeah.
Rainbow.
Right.
It's because I don't know 12 people. I'm
Mhm.
not from here. And then I'd be like, well, how long you lived here in North Carolina? Well, only 20 years.
Yeah.
But I don't socialize. with
Right.
them.
Then they
Yeah.
start saying all that. You know, that's just an excuse, right? So,
Mhm.
okay. So these are just important things that matter as much as the rainbow demo you're about to do,
Mhm.
because if the rider's helping, right?
Right.
Another thing too is, and I love what you said, Kira, is no negative talk. So,
Right.
so what if they are 6-0? Or what if this is their first demo?
Mhm.
Right? See, they don't know what's going to happen here tonight. So you really have to program them more than most.
Right.
So I'm going to look at you tonight. And I'm going to ask you to explain how you're getting your rainbow for free.
Right.
Right? So the 3 numbers I want you to bring up is 12 couches.
Mhm.
You're just sitting on 12 couches, right?
Mhm.
And you have how long? Half a year or 6 months. And you only need, but the company sells 50%
Mhm.
and you just need 2.
Right.
That's how it works. And I get my money back. So it's 12.62. Got it?
Mhm.
12.62.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Next thing is, and I love what you said, is I'm going to turn to you 25 times tonight and ask you what question, Vivian. So how are you getting yours?
How are you getting yours? You're getting it free.
And then I want you to
Have her
say the word
say
free. How many
Mhm.
times?
25.
25 times tonight. I'm going to turn to you and ask you that. You're going to feel like, oh my God, how many more times are you going to do that? This is how me and you going to work together. We're going to get your first sale tonight. Okay. We're going to drop your first box tonight.
Right.
Okay. You got it?
Mhm.
Cool. All right. And then high five them in the driveway. I need you to jump up, do a chest bump. Okay. In the driveway before you go. I mean, like, I know that's funny, but like, you know, if they feel like they're selling it,
You work
like
as
with
a
you,
team.
right. I mean, maybe you felt that way when you did it. Hey, look, I've got it. Me and Miss Linda working together here. We're gonna get our sales, right? I want them to feel like they're part of the sales team and they're like, we're gonna get your first one tonight, right? Okay. Anyway, okay.
Another thing I asked Jay before I go in there, how are they? Are they relaxed or are they
Right.
sophisticated or whatever? You know, no nonsense.
Or yeah, like are they have a
Then you
good
know how to set
personality,
the mood.
good sense of humor?
Get
Yeah.
up on the
Are they
energy.
lighthearted? Are they serious? Right. Okay. So now,
Or they
Uh,
smoking pot.
are they smoking weed? Okay. So I mean, you know, all right. So listen.
Oh,
That
Well-
happened to me.
Yeah, all right. So one thing that is super important also, I was thinking about it. Oh my gosh. So are both of them going to be here?
mhm.
Right.
Now, so you know, Marvin, I don't know if you know this or not, but like we've been teaching, even if it's a single lady demo,
Mhm.
this house is supposed to be a single lady.
Right.
Like we're getting ready to walk in and my appointment says she's single.
Right.
So I'm still going to ask the writer, hey, is her husband going to be here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm still going to ask her, is her husband
Right.
going to be here? She's going to be like, wait, she's not married. I'll say, what about her boyfriend? Is he going to be here?
Mhm.
She's like, no, she doesn't have a boyfriend.
Mhm.
So she doesn't live here with any. Oh, okay. I must have been reading the information wrong in my app here. I'm sorry. So what you're trying to find out, see if they're lying, right? So
Right.
if you would just say, now both of them gonna be here, right? I mean, they're both here.
Right.
Oh, no, she's single. Wait, she has a boyfriend though, right?
Mhm.
No, it's just her. Oh, okay. I must have been reading something wrong in my app. I'm sorry. So Hershey's, are you doing that? Because believe it or not, people will lie to us
Mhm.
and try to pass off like a couple as a single, right?
Mhm.
Hey Jay, I had my hand raised about 15 minutes ago, but I don't think you saw it.
That's all right. Sorry.
That's okay. It's all right. It's a little bit further back from where you're at now, though. But I want to state when you were talking about the rider and the trunk talk
Yeah.
situation I had on Sunday was I asked the rider at the trunk talk what had she told the customer about Rainbow, and what she said to me was that I haven't told her much of anything. And when I got into the demo with the customer and had gone through everything, doing the mop and all that good stuff, she just period point blank said to me, I know I'm not gonna be able to get 2 sales, and even though I like it, I'm just not gonna do it. So what happened was
Oh, God.
that was already ruined before I even got started without me knowing. And you have a lot of them that do that. That's how, I mean, when you have a situation, I don't know if you have any type of suggestion for that, but that seems like that's out of our control at that point.
You're saying that the writer told you in the middle of the demo in front of the customer.
No, the rider told me at the trunk talk that they had not told the customer anything, only about the free trip.
Yeah.
During the demo, by the time I got to the mock and got all the way to the mock and the demo, the customer straight told me that they knew they were not going to get 2 sales, and even though they liked the product, they were not going to get it. I
Oh,
hadn't even gotten to that, but
So,
they
okay.
already knew about that. But the rider told me they hadn't told them anything, meaning the rider lied to me at Trump's house.
okay. So, a couple of things on that. If you have a rider with you that has sold too, I know you know this, then you get the rider to convince them they would sell too, right? Had the rider sold any?
Yeah, and she was trying to convince the customer to change her mind, but she basically had just talked too much about the program to the customer.
Oh, right.
That the customer had already premeditated on it and decided that they definitely just weren't going to do it.
Right. She's like, my people, I don't know anybody that can afford it or whatever.
Mhm.
I've had them do that, be like, so you got to understand, so it's free. And that is one thing that I say too, I said, think about this. I thought the same thing. Always start with that, right? I thought the same thing. I didn't think I would have 2 people to keep a rainbow either. But imagine this. Imagine if the company gave you 12 rainbows and said, here, take these and give these to 12 people. Could you think of 12 people that have allergies or just, have breathing problems, or people that have kids or pets, or people that are just like germaphobes, OCD, people that could benefit from a clean home? Could you think of 12 people like that? And she's be like, well, yeah, probably. I say, so that's kind of what we do. You and I go together and we explain to them how they can get to keep a rainbow and not pay for it with their own money. So in essence, they're getting the rainbow for free. I just need you to go in there and explain to them how they can do the program too. And I'll just show you, this is our Facebook page. So the name of the group is Gastonia Rainbow. Yes, Gastonia Rainbow. You see it right up here. And if you'll just pull this up on your phone, what can you sit there and show them? Y'all can't see it, but it's all these people getting their checks.
Yes, I show them mine.
Yeah, I
It's in my
took it.
book.
So Marvin shows a photocopy of his check. Vivian does too. You got a check
But I
now.
was showing
Yeah.
them like the pictures from our Facebook, like pictures of us when we got our stuff and everything.
I know y'all can't see this, but like they can just literally sit here, guys, and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll.
On the Facebook.
Oh my God, what happened? Right. And just sit there and scroll and scroll and scroll, right? And just say, you're telling me all these people right here had no problem getting 5, 6, 7 sales, and you can't get 2, right? So you have to understand something. No one's interested until they see what?
How it
How it
works.
The dirt, yes.
Mhm.
So when you call people, they're all going to be like, I'm not buying anything. And I
Right.
want you to know that I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because guess what'll change, Vivian, when they see the dirt? See, they don't think they need it, right? NO actually means KNOW. I don't know,
Mhm.
right? When they're saying when they're saying no, it's because they don't what?
No.
They don't know yet, right? When they see the dirt, guess what'll change? Their opinion, right? Oh my God, I didn't know I had all this dirt. It'd be the same thing as having your house inspected for termites, and they came over and said, oh my God, you got a huge problem and you're gonna have to spend $3,000 to get fixed, or your house is gonna get like destroyed, right? What would you do? William, you wouldn't want to, but now that you know you got a problem that all of a sudden happened, or your hot water heater had quit, and like you get in the shower and it's like all cold, you're like, oh my God, and it's gonna cost you $2,000 to get a new hot water heater. You don't like that idea, Gwen, but it is what it is. You got a problem here. Your home, your vacuum's not cleaning, and your kids are breathing this stuff, and no, you weren't aware of it, but that's what the demo informs people of. And that's why, and then we show them how to get it for free. Like, you got to do a lot of talking in that case right there, Hershey's. And I know you can, but you got to use logic with people about how, of course, they're not interested. Of course, they don't think they need it. Of course, they're not, not going to get one until they see it.
Right, I did do that, Jay, and I was listening to you as well. Please don't think I won't. Have a great day, baby. I was listening to you, and I was everything you suggested. I did it. I talked to her. I even told her, hey, you know, you could decide to, you know, keep your payments for your rainbow and then, you know, do your check, handle other things if you needed to. I came in here all angry. The rider messed my sale up because she pretty much blank told the customer about they had to have 2 sales. And that really deterred, but she didn't tell me that she told the customer that. The customer told me during the demo. And so it really had the customer where she had made up in her mind, she already premeditated on it, that she said she was just not doing it. And loved the product. And her kids love the product. Her kids like, yeah, mama, get it. Yeah, we can use that. To, you know, we feel such. No, they were excited about it. And she was just like, no, I don't know 2 people who gonna definitely buy. And I was like, you know, the Rainbow is gonna sell itself. You're gonna have great, you know, dealers that's gonna come out and do great demos just like me. You know, that's not something you have to worry about. And I guess my point to all this is the rider still messed up my sale, not knowing they did it, and they needed another sale themselves. So once we was in the house, they were trying to talk, you know, to the customer to get them to change their mind, but it was already had been embedded in the customer's mind that they just weren't going to do it. And you run into those because I ran into that Sunday for the first time.
Well, you know, hey, Michael, Larry, hey, can you grab me that shark? So I'm looking at Hirsch's for the month. I'm going to go back a little further. I'm going to go back to September 1st to today. Did you know you sell 47%?
Yes, sir. I'm aware of that I was close to about 50% in sales. Probably be more than
There's
that,
the numbers.
Honestly.
There's your
Yeah,
numbers.
I'm aware.
Okay. So you know what I would say to somebody like that? I say, so hold up just a second. I'm going to go with you and I'm going to get your 2 sales because I sell 50% of my demo. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like you just need to brag about yourself and say, I'm going to go with you on all 12. Okay. And I'm going to get you your 2 sales. I sell half. You don't have to worry about that. If there's one thing you don't have to worry about, it's the 2 sales.
Right.
I just need you to get the 12 demos.
Right.
Okay. Like you got to be confident. Okay. And I know you are, but I mean, just another avenue, another angle. Okay. So let me do this real quick because Kira's got to go. Right. Right. I mean, she's got to go get something to do something. Get the kids, get all that stuff. All right. So at some point during the demo, okay. Okay, y'all aren't gonna be able to see some of this. I apologize. All right. So at some point during your demo, right? You know, when you did your training, Kira, you had a sticky note to skip these 2 pages. And then we had a sticky note. Well, you had a sticky note over here, stand up and ask them, tell them to go get their vacuum.
Right.
Are you having a problem getting them to get their vacuum cleaner?
So I had one when she was like, I was like, well, I'll grab it for you.
Did you go get it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good. And
So
you'll
we-
figure out, you just gotta tell them, all right, hey, do me a favor, go grab your vacuum for me real quick. What kind you got? Like a Bissell or something from
Yeah.
Walmart? Me too. Go grab it real quick. Let me show you something. Okay. And remember what we teach you to do? What do we teach you to do? When you tell them to go get their vacuum cleaner, what do you need to physically do?
Get up. Get
Stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up. What does that make them want to do?
Give it to you.
Stand up, right? If you say, go grab your vacuum for me real quick, okay, go get it. And then I just literally almost make a lap around the rainbow, right? Okay, are you sitting on the floor or sitting on a chair?
I'm sitting dead in front of them.
You on the floor or in a chair?
I'm in the chair just like this.
Okay. Right. Well, what about you?
I mean, I stand up. Stephen,
You
he
stand
sit-
up?
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen's really tall.
Yeah, I stand
Okay.
up majority
No,
of the.
Once they bring it, yeah,
Okay.
I'm standing up. But once I get it in my hand, I
Yeah.
start setting it up
So
and I lay it in front of
here's
them.
my
just like
question
that.
with standing up, right? It's always been my question with standing up. How you use your book when you're standing
He
up?
does that, like we all, you know, like he does a certain part out, yeah. He does the main part with the.
You know, do a
customer
tag team demo, like you tag in, he tags.
Yeah, like we.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right, so, okay. Me and my brother always went together at first, and he didn't do any of the demo,
Mhm.
or either he did all of the demo. We didn't like try to both, only because we felt like that was a little bit like ganging up on the customer somewhat.
Yeah.
So he would like hand me stuff,
Mhm.
or I would hand him stuff, but anyway, so you know, the next thing you do when they bring it in is we want to say, hey, let me ask you a question. How often do y'all vacuum?
Right.
And what do you always say about your vacuum cleaner first, Kira?
What's that stuff in there?
No. What do you always say about their vacuum?
I mean, I tell them about the filter.
No, what do you tell them about their vacuum cleaner? It's okay. I don't, it's a lot in training them. So say, guys, a Shark's a good vacuum. How long you had it? I always say what? The
How long you
opposite
had
of
it?
what they expect. They expect us to what?
Go down.
Put down on it, yes? I don't do that,
Right.
right? I say, Kara, you got a good vacuum cleaner here. How long you had it?
Mhm.
Awesome. So did you get it down at Walmart? You did? Okay. So let me ask you this. How often do you vacuum, Marvin? How often?
Once a week,
Once a week? What days you cleaning day? Friday, Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday? Okay. So let's pretend it's Saturday morning. You're like, oh, I got a vacuum, right? Okay. So I can get you to come up here and vacuum just real quick for me. Okay, just you come on. All right. Can you do me a favor and count to 52? I need you to vacuum 52 strokes, okay? And I turn it on and I literally have them vacuum 52 times. Right here in the heavy truck. So you know we're gonna do this at the doorway, right? Or down the hallway. Don't do it where there's no dirt. Don't do it where the coffee table was or over there against the wall. You're not gonna get any dirt, right? Okay. So let's say that's 52. Right? So why do I have them do it? Why do I have them do it, Kira?
So they can get up and
That's good. Wake
get some
up.
oxygen.
That's
to
good.
them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Well,
I asked them how heavy they vacuum fee when they doing
Yeah, I guess
52
so they
strokes.
got- Yeah.
So you agree if
Compared
they have
to-
to do it, a lot of times they'll switch arms,
Yeah,
Mhm.
right? How many is that? 30?
Yeah,
I think it's 30. I don't
I
know.
lost count. man.
That's really what they be doing.
So-
yeah.
Now, while they're doing that, that's where you want to get the rainbow ready to go behind, right? All right.
Right,
So now why don't we let the dirt go into water?
so they can see it. So it can be visual.
So if it went in the water, do you agree it wouldn't be as impressive because, well, anyway, what do we do?
But I do the filters.
Yeah, I do the
Show them
filter
how to-
do the,
and I have my visualizer on there,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right, okay. With 2 black cloths, and you hand these to who?
the rider.
The rider, right? Say, Mr. Rider, or Mr. Rider, you help me out. Every time I need some cloths, would you just hand me a stack of 2, right?
right.
And so I explained to the customer though, that this is not something that they what?
That they'll get with this.
Right.
Visualizing.
Right.
This is my visualizer.
This is just for my demo, right? Okay,
Just a
it's
demo
not something you have to do. I had a lady, she said, I'll get the rainbow, but where do I get the black cloths? I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
you don't have to use those.
I let them know it represents a filter, but I
Yeah.
filter is the bowl.
So now we're gonna have them back in the same spot with the rainbow.
Right.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. How, I mean, make sure they do both. They need to
Right.
do their vacuum and then they need to do the rainbow.
Right.
Okay, so how many strokes? Just until, I mean, you can see it's dirt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I don't think we have a lot of dirt in here, same problem, but we got all that last week. Before, right? Okay, so I can dump some carpet fresh right here trying to help you, but we back got all that up too. So I have a vacuum. What do I always say? I say it that light, it pulls itself, doesn't it? Right. Okay, now when I can see it's dirty, I need to just say, hold on, take this off. Give me 2 more cloths from this stuff. Okay, we'll do the same spot again, right? We want to pull about 3 or 4 sets. If it's really, really dirty, pull 5 or 6. Because you already got 10 to 12 cloths. Remember our goal is we need how many?
30.
At least 30, because if you pull 30, what happens?
They really begin to see.
They begin to see the need for the rainbow, right? Plus, you also get auction dollars. How much? 2,000 every demo, right? As long as you pull 30 or more cloths, right? Okay. So again, we got dirt. Take that out. Right, give me 2 more. Let's do at least 3 sets.
Sometimes before I bathroom, when I do it, I'll just stand in one spot and start to show them, like, see,
Just
like,
say one
yeah,
spot.
I'll do it like that first.
Yeah.
To show them.
But you're having them back, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But it's
okay.
not the
Make
first
sure
time.
they're doing it, not you, right? Okay, okay. Right when you pull the claws. So you gotta remember something here. What sells me on stuff is the fact that it's gonna save me money.
Right.
Okay, now, my wife, I'm not saying, but you know, ladies tend to make right decisions based on the way they feel, right? The way it smells, the way it just feels cleaner, stuff like that, right? I mean, I've had people say, I bought Rainbow to make my house smell better. I'm like, really? Okay. But sometimes they need more than that. right? So I could ask Marvin, hey, Marvin, what sold you and your wife? And he might be like, shampooer, right? Hey, what sold you, Vivian? Well, I like the way it's good for my allergies. Hey, what sold you, Karen? Well, I like the coil cleaner for vacuuming in my dryer. I'm like, really? That's why you bought it, right? Like you understand, people buy for different reasons. And here's the thing, you don't know. You don't know what's going to make them rainbow, right?
One of mine was when she did her dog, she said, that's it.
The pet attachment,
I had one about the leaf blower.
being able to blow off the front porch, right? So what do we do with this?
I put them in,
Show it to
I
me.
put them in the head.
Yeah.
I separate them, say, look
The
at that.
little cord.
Okay.
You see that stuff that's floating on top? What
Yeah.
is it? Remember what we saw in your vacuum cleaner? That fluffy stuff?
We ain't got there yet, or have you? I don't know.
Well, you can see it,
Right.
cause they don't dump
No, they don't.
it. So
Well,
I
some
just-
do, but
Yeah,
what do we want to do with this?
lay it in front of them so they can visually see.
Where does this go, Karen? Tell 'em. To training. She's 2 weeks into training. She remembers. Where's this go?
Like right here.
Yep. So I'll get you to hold that for me just real quick. And I'm gonna lay that right there on their leg,
Mhm.
right? And what are we gonna do with the grit? We're gonna literally dump the grit out
Right.
in piles,
Mhm.
right? And I'm like, oh my God. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. And I say, do me a favor and feel that right there.
Mhm.
What does that feel like to you, Karen?
Feels like sand.
I always let them feel it. What's that feel like? I don't know if y'all can see this, but I dumped the grit here and I let them feel it, right? Can y'all see that? And I say, what does that feel like to you, William? And what would they say, William?
Sand and grit.
Sand and grit, right? You know, they glue that down to paper, Irma. And what do they make out of that when they glue it down to paper?
Sandpaper.
Right, okay. See, sandpaper is meant to cut, right? Because every
Yeah.
grain of sand has what, guys?
36 cutting edges.
Right, 36 cutting edges. And you need to show them that, remind them of that, right? So the reason I'm talking about this is because I'll just show you, and you can grab a fragrance bottle, right? Now, I know it's easy to forget this. You can grab the green, all right? It's easy to forget this. It's also easy to remember, all right? So if you'll take this and just let them feel how smooth it is, right here, right?
Mhm.
And then this is on their leg, and I'll just rub it around a little bit. Feel the bottle now. What did it do to the bottle?
It scratched it.
You see how it scratched it? See, Marvin, grit and sand will cut.
Cut.
That's why they use that when they glue it down to paper to make sandpaper, right? So could you imagine? I just did what? Very little pressure, right? I was
Mhm.
pushing down that bottle, very little, right?
Yeah.
But could you imagine, Marvin, every time we walk, the weight of our bodies pushing what?
The carpet down.
The carpet and the sand
Sand
together.
together.
Yeah. You know what that actually does to your carpet fiber? It actually cuts it, okay? In fact, you can see right here on this cloth, take this and take your thumb and roll the carpet fiber. You see that?
Mhm.
What does that look like right there to you? It's light and fluffy and it's the same color as your carpet. What do you think it is?
That was a goal.
It's your carpet, right? What does that look like to you, Marvin? It's light and fluffy and it's the same color as your carpet. What do you think that is? It's your carpet fiber. So I just did this and rolled it up and got a ball of carpet fiber. You see that, Irma? Right? And then I explained to them
Yes.
that the weight of our bodies is literally cutting the carpet with the grit in there. So come on. So my parents have lived in the same house since 1986, that is 36 years, okay? The carpet is original and it has no pathways. Can you see how you're starting to get a pathway down your hallway over there? Can you see how your carpet's worn where?
Where you walk.
Where you
Wait a
walk.
minute, where you walking?
How about right here in front of the couch?
Yep.
Has anyone ever seen that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why it's worn?
The grit, you saying it's
High-
cutting it?
This
High
does cut.
traffic area.
Yeah, it's cutting it. See, Lamont, you can walk on carpet with no grit in it and it won't cut. It won't get a pathway.
Right.
But if you walk on it with grit in there, what's that going to do to your carpet fiber? It's going to
Gonna
cut
cut
it in it, right?
Yeah.
Now, I always ask this question, William. I know it's funny and I know you do too, probably, but I say, hey, William, let me ask you a question. Who bought this carpet? Who paid for it?
I
Say
did.
what? Well, I did.
I did.
Yeah, okay. So Irma, if it wears out, who has to pay to replace it?
I do.
You would, right? Do you know that one room of carpet costs more than that rainbow? One room of your carpet costs more than a rainbow. So see, it's an investment to take care of your carpet. What would this do to the hardwood floors, this grit?
Scratch it.
Scratch it up.
Scratch it too, right? So I love your hardwood floors, Irma, they're beautiful. But they're not gonna be that way long if you leave the grit on it. Okay, and you know that sweeping don't work because you can't get this fine grit up with the broom,
Amen.
right? Okay, so I'll show you in a minute how the rainbow works on your bare floors too, but isn't that something right there? So I just pulled 6 of my 30 cloths, and y'all know the second cloth is just about as dirty as the first cloth. Okay, so you just got, now I'm gonna lay these on my box. Are y'all all using the brown box, laying it on
Yes.
its side
Uh-huh.
and putting your 30 cloths on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you need to have 30 when you're done at the end of the demo. Each cloth is worth $100. Since the rainbow's 3,000, we need to at least pull 30. We need to pull 50, but I'm not asking you to do all that, right? So when I get done with that, what do I do next? I say, so let me show you.
I just wanna look when you do it,
Okay,
like, once you get your rainbow.
Okay.
You ready to get your machine for free?
okay.
No, once they've done it, I'll say, now let me show you what the rainbow does. you
Okay.
know. And then actually I used what I've done, I've used the upholstery part.
Yeah.
And I've used that to do the floor. I say now, this is not even called the big boy,
The big boy, yeah.
I said, I haven't used that yet, but I'm just showing you what this option does, the upholstery part. And I'm going over with this where you've done it 52 times. And I mean, I just barely touch it and I get dust up. I say, and this is just the suction part of
Yeah.
the type like that. And then eventually we'll get to the,
I show them about airflow first. That's what I do. That without airflow, your vacuum is inoperable. And I do let them see it go into the bowl.
So I got a question for you. Why didn't my vacuum cleaner pick that dirt up?
So what?
Why didn't my vacuum cleaner pick that dirt up? I mean, we
Because
just
of the
vacuumed with
airflow.
my vacuum cleaner 52 times
Because,
and it didn't get the dirt.
because
Why?
it's been, a study has been shown
Well,
that.
I know
after
you understand
15
why, but do you understand that this is where you would explain that?
Yes, that's what I
Right
do.
here,
Mhm.
right, William? This is where you build the mini vac, right?
Right.
Okay, William's like, okay, all right. So we flip over here. So this is probably where you got a note that says do the bottle scratch.
Mhm.
You have a note over here that says do the 52 stroke test, yes?
Right.
Okay, then we come over here. And this is where you talk about, this is where you build the miniature vac.
Right.
Yes? Okay, so all you do here is say, guys, now let me show you why your vacuum what?
Not picking up the grease.
Didn't get that dirt up, right? It's not because your vacuum cleaner is no good. You have a good vacuum. The problem is it uses a filter. Did you know your machine has filters in it? And most of the time, honest to God, they're like, no. Or sometimes they say, yeah, right? You don't, Kira, I need you to ask them. If you'd ask them, do you know your machine uses filters? You'll find out what people do and don't know, right?
Yeah.
I need you to report back to me and say, hey, Jay, 9 times out of 10, they don't know their vacuum cleaner has a filter. I
They
just need
think
you to know.
that glass is they filter.
Right, yeah, right. They have no idea how vacuum cleaner works. It's mysterious, right? So it's super simple though. So I'll say, guys, that machine has a filter. I want to show you what happens when you use any machine that has a filter on it. In order to show you that, I have to literally turn what?
My rainbow.
The rainbow into that one, right?
Right.
Okay. Hey, by the way, Mrs. Ryder, Mr. Ryder, did we get a lot of dirt out of your floor too?
Yeah, of course.
We did. And you were probably embarrassed, just like we were. So tell her not to be embarrassed, right? It's not her, right? It's just your vacuum cleaner can't pick the dirt up, right? Yeah. Now, is your water, is it starting to get a little cleaner when you vacuum now, your home? Starting to get less and less dirty? And how are you getting your rainbow? For free. So you can't be for free and getting it cleaned home, right? Okay. So let me show you guys. When we use the I'm going to turn the rainbow into a what? What is that?
Vacuum
over there?
cleaner.
No, what is that over there? That's a shark.
Shark.
Let's just call it shark. What if it's a Kirby they got? Let's turn the rainbow into a Kirby. What if they got a Bissell? Let's turn the rainbow into a Bissell. Can we pretend that right there is a B for Bissell?
Mhm.
So this is going to be my low intake, right? So you know your vacuum cleaner has a filter. So we're just going to put a filter right here on the end. And we're going to make it about 1 inch deeper, knuckle deep. Give you that look. Then put that on, right? So I'm gonna let you see, guys, that when a brand new filter, like if you went to Walmart and replaced the filters in your vacuum with new filters, this is a Bissell with new filters right here, okay? You see we have what? Suction. Why don't you feel the suction, Marty? Got plenty of suction? You got some skin? I mean, you got cheese doodle. You got suction, right? Chili's, yeah. And then you got that. Okay, now, but I want to talk to you about something different.
What's that?
Complete my sentence. But guys, I want to talk to you about something different. I want to talk to you about something called airflow. Okay, do me a favor and what?
Remember that. Airflow. Airflow.
Listen.
Listen for the airflow.
Listen to this noise when I stick my fingers in there. This is what I want you to say on your demo, guys. But I want to talk to you about something no other vacuum cleaner company ever talks about, Vivian. Something called airflow. Listen to this noise. Hear that? What is that sound? What's making that sound? It's air. Have you ever driven down the road, which touch your window, your hand out the window, makes a similar sound, right? That's because that's air going by your hand. Feel that? You feel the air going in there?
Yeah.
Your fingers won't go in there. Okay, but that's airflow. Now, instead of me using our fingers, we're going to use our harmonica, right? You know we have moving air. That's what makes the reeds vibrate. That's what makes the sound, right? We have airflow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you be airflow, right? So we know we have what? Suction. Everybody agree? So we know we have what? Airflow, right? But you didn't buy a vacuum cleaner to play a harmonica. You bought it to pick up what? Dirt. Okay. So can I get you to be cleaning ability? Just hold your hand flat out. Okay. So we're cleaning, but that's a piece of dirt. Cleanest piece you ever hold your hand, right? So we know we have what? Suction. We know we have what?
Airflow.
So do we have cleaning ability? Let's see. Picks up good, right? Okay. So all of that is with a new filter, right? Watch what changes in him. When we vacuum a little bit, pick up a little bit of dirt in this filter, okay? And I vacuum that couch cushion. Would you count to 15? Great. Okay. And this is where you vacuum the couch, and they count to 15, right? Y'all count to 15. Now, if you have to vacuum the floor, you know you got to press down really hard.
Right.
Okay. Or it won't what? It won't clog up, right? Okay. So 15.
All right, Jay.
So guys, right now, we probably have some dirt in here. Don't you agree? I mean, probably, right? With a dirty filter, you still got suction. You feel the suction again. Let me feel the suction on you. Still got suction? Still got suction in it? Still got plenty of suction. So let me ask you a question. Is it going to pick that piece of dirt up? I mean, it is, right?
Oh, yes, okay.
See, it won't pick it up. But if we were out here vacuuming, we would think we were still cleaning, but it won't pick it up. See, because it's not suction we need what?
Airflow.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Now, what do you think happened?
Good.
They'll say it got clogged. If they say it got but right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Gwen. So, check that out. See, the filter's dirty. I mean, it's definitely got dirt, right? Okay. But would you agree there's plenty of room in there for more? I mean, it's nowhere near full, right?
No,
But what's wrong with those holes, Marvin?
it's clogged.
See, the holes are clogged. Does that make sense? No air can go through the holes
Right.
anymore.
Right.
So when you don't have air flowing through a filter,
Right,
you have no air movement.
right.
And you know what it is that lifts the dirt? It's moving air. It's like it's a
Right.
fall, like it is right now. The leaves are on the ground, right?
Right,
And the wind's not blowing.
right.
What are the leaves doing?
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting there, right?
Sitting there,
What if the
hanging
wind's
out.
blowing?
It's
They're going with the
twirling.
wind, right? Hopefully to the neighbor's yard, so you don't have to break, right? Okay. Well, see, that's the way a vacuum cleaner works, is moving air.
Brings
Can you,
in,
moving air is what moves the dirt into a
To a
vacuum.
vacuum
Yeah, that's
cleaner.
how a vacuum works. But you gotta have air movement, right? The reason I showed you that, Kira, is because I noticed you have a shark over here. I'm supposed to show you what now. So what do? So you remember, and you guys said, oh my God, I don't know much about vacuum cleaners. Guess what, Kira? I didn't either. I just figured it out, right? Just like anything. What do we show them?
they'll
Pull this off.
pull
They
it off.
always have a filter here or here,
Mhm.
right? So this one right here is not at the top, not there, right? But most of them are. It's not at the bottom, it's right here,
Right.
okay? So how hard would it be to show that customer that that filter's clogged? Look at it.
Don't, it's not hard.
How clogged is that filter right there, Kira?
Completely.
It's completely, do you know if you went down to Walmart and spent $30 on a set of filters, Vivian, and changed that filter right there, your machine would clean like 95% better. That's 95% clogged, isn't it? Okay, but how long would it, okay, so let me explain. A university in New York did research and found after 15 minutes that all bag and filter vacuum cleaners lose what?
Airflow.
45 to 50%. We got to remember, in about 15 to 20 minutes, all bag and filter vacuum cleaners lose 45 to 50% of their air movement. So here's what I'm saying. If you put a brand new what?
15.
In vacuum, this room we're in, by the time you got where?
To finished.
To the hallway
Hallway.
or your bedroom over there, your filter's already what?
Clogged.
It's already clogged.
So
And
you
you're
have to
picking up
replace it.
half in there that you were picking up in here.
Right.
Now, I'm not trying to be, but I gotta ask you, Kira, have you ever changed these filters?
No.
They'll tell you no.
Right. So how long you had your vacuum?
About a year.
About a year. Yeah. Well, see, that's the same. Was yours like the same? Did you know your machine had filters? Had you ever changed your filters? No. Do you have filters now? You have changed in your Rainbow? No, you don't, right? Okay. And how'd you get yours free? Right. Okay. So, all right. So let me explain. You haven't vacuumed your home good in a year. She said a year, but in a year.
Mhm.
Kira, that's why I'm gonna get. That's why. Okay. She's driving. Safe to drive a bus and watch a Zoom. Okay. I don't know what kind, not a school bus,
Oh.
just a different kind of bus with people on it.
I
Not
hope it ain't
kids,
city
though.
bus. Hope it ain't city bus.
Okay, so what were we talking about? Oh, so if you went, what I'm saying is, Kira, that's why I'm gonna get a lot of dirt tonight. That's why we got all this dirt, because your vacuum cleaner has no what?
Airflow.
It has no airflow, right? But it still has plenty of what?
Such-
Right, suction's not what picks up, believe it or not. You
Right.
gotta have air movement, right? Okay,
Mhm.
now, how many of you guys are doing this? See, I just think, thank you, Mark. So listen, I find that the guys do this. And nothing against the ladies, okay? And there's probably ladies that do it right here that's listening, just got offended. I'm sorry, guys. But I'm just being straight with you. The guys like get this and are like, man, that makes so much sense because I have to change my air filter in my car. I always have to keep my heat and air filters changed. And like guys sometimes do that and like we get it, right? So like those are the things sometimes that help the customer understand that there's no way what? There's no way what? There's no way what? No way that this vacuum cleaner, no way will ever what?
Clean.
It will never get to clean. You're never, never. It just can't. There's nothing you can do about it, right? Well, I mean, I guess you could change the filters every what?
15 minutes.
Right, okay.
And I tell them, you got 8 rooms, $25. That's $160 a month. I mean, a week.
Mhm.
And you multiply that by 12.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Now, I know when I first saw that, I thought, well, if my vacuum cleaner's not cleaning because the filter's clogged, why does this container fill up? Well, let's
Because
just
of-
see what's in here. What does that look like to you right there?
Dirt,
It's light and fluffy and it's the same color as your carpet.
dirt, that's what they tell me.
Dirt.
Until they
Okay.
felt
Well,
it.
then let me open it and let me show you, okay? If they're still saying dirt,
Mhm.
open it up and show them what?
The carpet.
All the carpet fiber, okay? See, the reason it's picking up carpet fiber is because it's light.
Mhm.
See, it doesn't take much what?
Airflow.
To pick up
light
the
and stuff.
carpet fiber, right? What it's not picking up is the dirt,
Dirt.
sand and grit down in that's cutting it,
Right.
right? Silly question. When you bought your vacuum, did you buy it to get the dirt out of the carpet or the carpet out of the dirt?
I had the carpet.
It's actually picking up the carpet and leaving the dirt, isn't it? Okay. Do you know that when you dump a container, they say the average container contains 18 to 32 cut, 18.
Might need to get on. Get on Zoom.
18 to 32 what? It says 18 to $32 in what? Cut carpet fiber. Cut carpet fiber. We buy our carpet by the square yard
Mhm.
and we throw it away by the what? By the pound.
Pound.
Okay. So,
Pound.
okay. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. So any questions? The more I'll go over this, the more of it you'll get,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
this right here. So can I say this here? If you're in a total, they're smoking weed, there's a party going on, like the kids are running around, shit, I ain't sure you can get this point across.
Mhm.
I really don't think you can, right? You know, somebody the other day says they won't sit down and watch the demo. I said, then don't do the demo.
Mhm.
Like until everybody sits down and watches the demo, don't do the demo.
Right.
Be like, hey, you gonna come sit down and watch this? Cause I gotta have both of you to do it for it to count for her.
Yeah, I had one demo where the kids were kind of like being,
Off the
know,
chain.
but
Off the chain.
I asked the dad, like, who does the cleaning? And he said the kids. So then I incorporated them into the
Did they,
demo.
did they
And I
keep the
let
rainbow?
them, yeah.
Okay.
That's-
So,
I went to a house, the son was trying to help, and the dad was like, no, stop. I said, no, let him help. 'Cause I say, might be a time you can't work the rainbow. He
Yeah.
wanna play with it.
I
Right.
let my kids.
So,
clean it
so
up.
like if they have little kids, you know, you can shorten it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, take one pipe out.
Mhm.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about? Little
Yeah, I
people
let my
back in
kids
the-
Yeah,
clean.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Anyway, okay. So what are we talking about, right? All right. So there's another cloth. Remember, we're pulling how many?
30.
Make sure you
At least
don't throw
30.
them away. They'll just grab them, want to throw them away and say, no, I need these for a photo later because at the end of the demo, I got to take this photo and she's going to show everybody at your church.
Right.
Okay. So, okay. Okay. Anyway, got it? All right. She'll show everybody at work, however they know each other. Okay. Show everybody at the family reunion, whatever. Right. So we're done with that. One last thing and we'll be done. Okay. When you get to the end, I handed a book to somebody. Who was that? Okay. Anyway, so I handed a book to someone last week, William, and I said, show me how you show them the price. I handed that to this to one of y'all sitting here. I said, show me, and I said, show me how you show the price. He says, well, I don't need the book because I don't use the book. And I said, okay, so maybe you don't use the book all the way through the demo, but like at the price,
You got to show.
I mean, you
Yeah.
show
the
the
difference.
price, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no. I'm like, what? Like, how do you like, he says, I just tell him you want to do the program, right? And they're like, uh-huh. And he's like, okay, let me get you qualified.
Mhm.
Okay, because we do mention the price at the beginning,
Right.
Right.
the 3183,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about at the front talk,
Oh,
Yeah.
not outside. I'm talking about in with the customer,
Customer.
Right.
when you're doing the front talk at the very beginning,
Mhm.
like you haven't even shown the rainbow yet. And you're like, so
Right,
talk to me
talk
real
to-
quick and tell me what you know about the rainbow. What did she
Right.
tell you we'll be doing tonight? What do you know? Well, she said I'd get a free vacation and she's getting her air purifier free. That's right. That's actually really good. Okay. So have you ever heard of rainbow? No, you never heard of it? Awesome. You believe it or not, we've been in business since 1936. We're made in America, right? And right here in the Charlotte area, we sold a little over 100,000 rainbows.
Right.
That's a lot, isn't it? Okay. And you never even heard of it.
Mhm.
Had you ever heard of the rainbow before? You're done, Mr. Robert? You never heard of it either? Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Well, I will say this, that there's two things people usually know about the rainbow.
Mhm.
Number one, they know it's really good, right? The second thing, they know it's a little pricey, right? It's a little what? A little pricey. Don't say it's expensive.
Right.
Just say it's a little pricey. So this rainbow I'm getting ready to show you here is 3183.90. Okay. Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, yeah, okay. But there's a way through our program, or joint our team program, that you can do what Mrs. Ryder's doing.
Right.
She's actually getting a check to pay hers off through the program. So she's basically, her rainbows have basically been free. Okay, so I'll tell you about that in just a second, but let me ask you, Mrs. Ryder, before your demo, did you think you were gonna buy a rainbow? So I asked her, so Hirsch has said, so these people had their mind made up and I couldn't turn it around.
Mhm.
That's what I heard when she was saying, the lady said
Mhm.
two people ain't gonna buy. She had her mind made up before we got there and I couldn't, and she wasn't changing,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
I think it's good that we talk about that. Hey, Mrs. Ryder, did you think you were gonna buy a rainbow before your demo? Oh, no, I told my husband,
Yeah.
no matter what it does,
Right.
we're not keeping it.
Right.
Right, okay, but then obviously you got it.
Right.
So what did you see during the demo that made you decide you needed it?
Yeah, so the dirt that it moved and how the air was even smelling better, and how it picked up all that grit and stuff out of the rug that
So-
my vacuum.
So when they're talking to me, I need to be looking at who?
The rider.
The customer.
Mhm.
Because I need her to quit talking to me.
Right.
So if I'm not making eye contact with her, she won't be talking to me.
Mhm.
She'll be like, oh,
Mhm.
I need her to tell her friend why she bought the rainbow,
Right.
right? And I've even done this before.
Mhm. Okay.
So tell her why you got it. What was it you saw during the demo? Or if I gotta do that, tell her. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So,
Yes.
you know, we got that beige carpet.
Right.
Oh my God, when they shampooed it, it was a totally different color. Like, I need her to be saying that stuff and I'm just sitting here because she's the one that's convincing them to keep running, but right, how awesome.
Right.
But then you decided to do the program to get your money back, right? Well, do me a favor and explain to her how you're doing that. Well, how does the program work? You sit on how many couches is it?
Okay, you sit on 12 couches, six names.
Six-
I mean,
6 months.
12 couches, 6 months, and 2 buy. And I always tell them, I say, and it's a guarantee 2's gonna buy.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we saw
I
how.
know.
I say
That's the easy
99.6%.
Yeah, okay. So you get your check to pay your rainbow off, right? So I noticed your Honda. I love your Honda. But imagine when you bought your Honda, you're there signing the paperwork. You understand, I'm doing this at the beginning of the demo, okay? You're signing the paperwork for your Honda and the salesperson says, hey, it's you signed up on this other program. We can help pay your Honda off. And here's how it works. You bring what?
Well,
12 people down the test drive.
You do us a
And
favor.
You sit in the up front with them and tell them how you love it and come on back and 2 people buy yours first.
We'll pay yours off.
You'll pay yours off.
If they had offered you that at the Honda dealer, would you have done that? That's exactly what she's doing.
right,
She's getting her rainbow for free
great.
through the program. Isn't that awesome? Okay. And I know you wrote down your 12 names there. So you're like everybody else. You know 12 people. You probably got 100 Facebook friends. You probably got 200 contacts in your phone. So 12 people is easy. Okay. The 2 sales, like I said, we saw half. So we fully expect 6 or more of hers to buy. In fact, how many have you already done?
Oh, then about
Let's say she's done.
12, 8,
Let's say that 8. How many sales do you already have?
4.
She's already sold 4 out of 8. So it's easy.
Very easy.
So it's easy. You can get your rainbow for free too. So anyway, I'm just going to show you everything it does.
Mhm.
That's about how hard it is, but that's called the front talk,
Right.
right? So that they already know the price, yes?
Yes.
So now when I get to the end and I'm showing the price,
Mhm.
I'll say, hey, remember I told you earlier, the rainbow's $31.83. By the way, before I show the price, I like to tell the warranty on the rainbow.
Right.
10 years
Yeah.
on the motor, 4
Yeah.
years on the parts, right?
Right.
Okay. Then I explained that our office in Gastonia has a what?
That'd be-
Bad business.
A plus rating with a Better Business Bureau. Now, not all rainbow offices do,
Right.
okay, but this one
Yes.
does, okay? Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So, and if you want to cover this page, a lot of people don't even understand this page.
Mhm.
But it's like a survey, and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
these are what people that used to own these vacuum cleaners
Right.
think about the rainbow, right? So this is a Shark. Shark's not on here, but like Bissell's 98.99. You heard of Kirby?
Yeah.
Like Kirby's are 92 and 96.
Yeah.
That's how much better these people said the rainbow is than their old Kirby,
Right.
right? I think it's 100% better, right?
Right.
So I told you earlier, the rainbow's 31.83. Yes,
Mhm.
I kind of lied to you. It's actually 37.83, right? It's only with our buy now special, you get the $600 discount. So in other words, if you keep the rainbow while we're in your home tonight,
Mhm.
you do get a $600 discount with your vacuum as a trade-in,
Right.
okay? And with 12 names, which we've already got, okay? So Mrs. Ryder, did you get your rainbow the first night so you could get it on sale?
Yes, I
Yes,
did.
so I did too. So that's pretty much, if you get it tonight, you get it on sale, right? So you don't have to pay the regular, you get it on sale, all right? And everybody likes to get stuff on sale, right? All right. Now, there's several ways you get a rainbow: personal checks, credit card, monthly payment, cash. Most people do our monthly payments. We have like 4 different options, well, 3. Option A, option B, option C, 500 down, 265, $200 down, 159, or $100 down, 137. But don't worry about that, because this is actually what Mrs. Vivian's doing. She's doing the program. So
Right.
Vivian, you're taking us to sit on how many couches again?
12 couches.
You have how long to do that?
6 months to do it.
And you've already done 8
Yeah,
in how many weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So, but you have 6 months, right?
Mhm.
And you just need at least what?
2.
And you've already gotten 4 to keep your rainbow,
Exactly.
right? So it's easy,
Very easy.
very easy, okay?
I love when they
So-
say they don't have time, but you
Right.
got 2 hours. See here,
I love that. That's good.
so you multiply that times 6, that's 12. You do 2 a week, that's 24.
You're-
You done
You're
completed.
done in 6 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you just do 1 a week, get done in
Yeah.
3 months. You have 6 months to do it, right? Okay. But so option D is what they allow us to do for you on the financing. If you keep a rainbow tonight and
Right.
do the program, option D is no money down, 99 a month.
Mhm.
Okay, is that what you did?
Mhm.
That's what I did too. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you want to do the program, right? Let me get some information. What's your address?
Mhm. Yep.
Right? So no money down, how much a month?
99.
99.
Did you know that? Kira? So 0
Yeah,
down,
I'm
9.
sorry.
It's okay. Zone out. So 0 down, 99, we can get up vacuum real quick, okay? Blood flowing, some oxygen you said, right? So anyway, does that make sense? So if you do the program, no, sorry, everybody that does the program can do an option D,
D,
Mhm.
Right,
which is 0 down, 99 a month,
right.
just until you're what?
Complete your 12.
and then you get a check to pay it off,
Mhm.
right? And here's where I got my check.
Mhm.
Now might be a really good time to show your check.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really easy. You want to do the program, right? Great. Let me get some information and just pull out your phone, pull out your, are you doing the phone thing now?
Oh, what you mean?
The
Oh,
phone.
with the-
Yeah.
yeah,
Does
yeah,
that work for you? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
When I
It's a lot
get
easier than that
to,
paperwork.
when we start going through that and like they're looking at the attachments and all that, I kind of start the process. That way I can just pass it to them and then let them,
Finish.
yeah, I
Okay.
put their name in.
So, hey, let me grab your driver's license.
Mhm.
That's a good way to start.
Mhm.
Let me, so they grab their driver's license, you lay it there, you can type in their name, their date of birth, there's and all that stuff, right? Driver's license numbers, expiration date. And then when it gets to the social, hand them the phone,
Mhm, okay.
right? Because they don't want to say that loud.
Right.
You know, you get to spell under their name correct every time
Right.
off the driver's license. Their date of birth will always be right.
Mhm.
And you can check their identity, make sure this is them. Okay, cool. One last thing here, we're done, because we went over a few minutes. So let me ask you this. Let's say you got to the end of the demo and they said, no, I don't have time to do the program, or I can't afford it, or whatever, okay? Remember, and I don't have time to go over closing much on this, but what do we do before you leave the house, before you pack up? You always do what? You always call.
Call.
You always call, okay? Don't pack up. Did you
I don't.
do that?
My first time.
Okay, that's okay. So everybody does it on the first call. It's okay, all right? But I'll tell you when you'll stop doing that. When we get on the phone with one of your customers and they end up keeping the rainbow
Right.
because someone at the office spoke to them.
Right.
You'd be like, dang, I wouldn't have sold that one had they not talked to her.
Right.
So thank God I called, right? And then you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna try that every time when I can't get a yes.
Right.
Call in, let us help, right?
Mhm.
I know I closed a few on Friday. I'm trying to think of one that was just, oh my gosh, I can't remember, but the dealer called back and said, she's gonna do that. And I think I gave her a little overpayment, you know,
Mhm.
but anyway, what does it cost to call and try to let's help you?
Nothing.
Nothing, okay? Do you have any questions?
I
about
got
anything?
one.
Sure.
I talked to the rider last night and I said, what do you call the rainbow? They said air purifier. I said, no, it's a vacuum cleaner. Then it has multiple functions, because that's what you told us to say. It's a vacuum cleaner.
So,
with
but when they're
multiple-
booking appointments, they need to say air purifier.
Okay,
I bought an air purifier.
Right.
okay.
And I don't need you to buy anything, but I got a chance to get mine for free if you'll let me come over and show you the air purifier. See, I
Okay.
had a customer back out yesterday. She called, she said, so I've been calling around and I've been getting all my people said no, because they all said they have a good vacuum.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I said, so first of all, we don't want you to tell any of your friends it's a vacuum.
Oh, okay.
We want you to call them and say, I bought an air purifier.
Right.
Okay. I said, so if you had came to the meeting before you tried to call people, you wouldn't know what to say. I said, you'd already messed them up now.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh my God. I'm like, well, call them back and say I bought an air purifier too.
Right.
I need to
Well,
come
that's
show you
what I
this.
told
All
her.
right. Anyway, okay. Anyway, so, but, yeah,
I have a question when we're done.
we're done.
Oh,
This time.
Jay, I have one thing I wanted to say. When I went out with the last person, the rider met me outside and we went inside. And I said to the young lady, I said, oh, so nice to meet you. Thank you for letting me come. So I didn't even know you were coming. I just thought my cousin was coming. She didn't say she was bringing somebody with her. I was like, wow. Well, I'm so glad you just still let me in. I've got something very special for you. So I was able to get in the door, but she was like, oh, well, who are you and why are you here?
That's
I
okay.
just thought my cousin was coming. So
I mean, as long as she got the appointment set, and her, I know when they met you, they were like, oh my God, she's smiling, she's bubbly.
yeah.
And you know, that's the difference.
She
in-
bought it. She bought
Right,
it.
right, she kept the rainbow, right? But if you walk in the house, William, and you're business-like, sometimes that's bad. You know, you think about Jamila, Elizabeth, Hunter, some of our best, Ursula, right? Oh my God. Like, you know, like they just have a good time everywhere they go. They're so
Yeah.
excited, fun. And if you go in there and you're business-like, it
Right.
kind of turns people off a little bit.
Mhm.
So you got to go in there and have a good time with them.
Yeah.
But right here is more, this is a serious part of the demo.
Right.
Like the part where you build the mini vac,
Right.
like, because it's really informative. Everything else can be a lot of, you know, fun, but,
Yeah.
okay. So anyway,
Right.
okay. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Yeah, sometime.
Um,
Bye.